Hello, everybody. I was going to say good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Welcome to our Safer Communities workshop with life lessons. This is our first workshop, and we're super excited to be able to join and have you join and watch our workshops. And we're really hoping that we're all going to learn more about making our community safer and a more enjoyable way to be in. So I'd like to first actually introduce, since it is our first workshop, I'd like to introduce Derek, who's one of our co-facilitators. Then we have Stevie over there beside Derek. Stevie, can you give us a hey?
Hi.
Excellent. We have Sierra. Sierra, can you say hey?
Hi.
We have Neela.
Hi.
We have Tejan.
Hello, everyone.
We have Danielle.
Hi.
And we have Jaden.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Patricia, and together we're all going to learn and chat and share ideas about our community and being safe. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to put on my timer because that's going to help me stay on track. And we are going to get started. Okay, let's do it. So today we're going to talk a little bit, we're going to start off and kick off our workshop series on talking about anger. Okay, you'll notice as we continue with our workshop series that every day we're going to go through the whole alphabet and talk about different aspects of helping ourselves stay more centered and calmer in situations which get a little bit freaky, and also how to handle it when other people sometimes are kind of a little bit on the edge and losing control. Has anybody ever felt that before? Put up your hands if you felt kind of angry a little bit. Okay. And what about, has anybody ever seen or heard someone else a little bit out of control? Okay. It's part of human nature. We all feel angry, and that's okay. Okay, it's a way for our body to process something that we're just not feeling comfortable with. Okay, and today what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about anger. And the biggest thing about anger that we want you guys to learn is that try your best to think before you act. Okay, because that's really difficult. When you're in a situation that makes you feel uncomfortable, where you're thinking, hey, what's this person doing? What's going on here? Or that's not right. Okay, you feel your body starting to get a little bit overstimulated. Okay, so we're going to learn a little bit about thinking before you act. And the first thing is called self-control. Okay, Neela, what do you think self-control means?
Self-control is something that you can control. No one else can.
Okay, so it's all about you.
And others can't control you.
Excellent, excellent. What about you, Tejan?
Me, self-control means many different things. That's part of it, thinking before you speak. But also, we all have those urges when we have, those desires, you know, um, about like someone or something, and also like about like, something we want to buy and we don't actually need. It's really about having the self-control and just, taking the time to think about stuff. But we all struggle to, have self-control. It's just part of human nature. There's a lot of different answers to that question.
No, I
So,
think that's really good.
yeah.
And what about you, Jaden? What do you think about self-control?
Calming.
Pardon?
Calming.
Calming?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Self-control is all about trying to find ways to calm yourself, okay, so that you can try and manage the situation or handle the situation with a little bit more control, right? Okay. So one of the key things that our body does is our body gives us signals to let us know that we're beginning to lose a little bit of that self-control. Sierra, what does your body do when you start feeling yourself getting angry?
I my body just start to shake a little bit.
Okay. Shake. What about you, Stevie?
I put music on. I listen to music.
Uh, do you, is that a way that you manage when your body's starting to feel a little bit tense?
No.
When
Yeah,
you get angry, Stevie, what happens to your body? Does your body feel tense or does your body feel like, ugh?
it feels tense.
Okay, so tense. What about you, Derek? I don't think I can imagine you being angry, but when you're feeling a little bit
Um,
angry,
yeah, I feel, and this may sound strange, but at times I feel like I'm not in control, right? And for me, that I feel a strong sense of frustration.
okay.
Yeah, I feel frustrated because I might say or do something that I'll regret later.
Oh, that's actually a very, very good point. You
Yeah.
know, for me, I get very like I feel like crying. So if
Mm.
I get overwhelmed with something and I just don't know what to do, then I just feel kind of like teary-eyed and like just I need to like run away somewhere and just cry it out. You know, like that's how my body kind of responds. Okay, so now the last couple of things that we're going to talk about before we turn it over to Derek is what can we say and what can we do? What's one thing that we can say to ourselves when we're feeling kind of angry? Nelia? Neela?
Don't let him get the best of you.
Oh, okay. Don't let it get the best of you. Okay. What else can you do? Tejan?
I would say just tell yourself everything's gonna be okay, or talk to like a close family member or friend, someone you know that gives you good life lessons, maybe your uncle or mom or something, someone you look up to, a mentor, a hero. And Derek and Patricia, you guys took the words out of my mouth because when I'm angry, I have no self-control and I get frustrated a lot and I have a lot of inner thoughts and I tend to overthink stuff all the time. So for me, it's mostly the anxiety more than anything. I just get anxious a lot, afraid. I constantly think about, my future and present, like self-doubts, stress. And I find that music, especially jazz, helps me a lot with my stress. It's a stress relief and it helps me cope with it. It's pretty much my therapy in a way. That works for me personally. So
Wow. Sounds like you and Stevie have similar interests like that. Hey,
Yeah.
Stevie?
Yeah.
yeah, it
Stevie,
takes a
what
lot. Yeah.
kind of music do you listen to? Tejan said he listens to jazz. What music makes you feel chill?
Classical.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. And what about things that we can do? Derek's going to go a little bit more into this. Okay. But before we hand it over, Danielle, what is something that you do when you're angry that you can do?
I have one that's really helpful. Go out for a walk, maybe for like a few minutes. On
Sure.
a sunny day when it's not snowing, of course, but when it's actually nice outside.
Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. I just had some problems getting in.
Oh, no worries. No worries at all. We are recording our video right now, Julian. So welcome. This is Julian, our other co-host as well. Julian, did you get the background? Okay. So, you'll figure that out afterwards, Julian? If you,
Yes, I did.
okay, I'll let you.
We're
figure
just
that
having
out.
trouble installing the background though, too.
Okay, for now, if you can just turn off your
All right.
your video, Julian. And then we'll fix it for the next time, okay? But stay on so that we can get your ideas. Sorry, Tejan, I didn't get the last part of your comment.
Okay, I just said going out for a walk helps relieve stress, especially on a sunny day when it's, summer or spring, not in the winter when you could freeze your ass off. I don't like going outside unless I have to do in the winter. That's just me. So
Amazing. Okay, so outside. Okay, so I've done the little intro. I'm going to turn it over to Derek, and he's going to take it away with some activities.
Oh, great, great, great. Thank you, Patricia. It's so exciting to be here, and what a wonderful topic to begin the letter A. And as Patricia said, for each of our shows, we are going to be focusing on an element
The
of
letter
it.
A.
Yeah, the letter A for today. Thank you, Stevie. Okay, and what word are we looking at? Anger, right?
Yeah.
Anger as an emotion. So people have talked about, what it sounds like, what it looks like, what it feels like. I'm going to share one of my favorite books, and it is entitled Soda Pop Head. So a question I have for everybody is, does anyone here like to drink soda pop? Coca-Cola,
Yep.
Sprite, right? Now, imagine you have a bottle of soda pop and it's on tight and you shake it. What happens to it? What happens to that soda pop?
Oh, I know what happens.
when you open it,
Tajan, what happens?
Oh, sorry about that. When you open it, it explodes.
It explodes. So here we have a boy named Lester, and when he gets upset, his forehead, it gets longer, and he literally explodes. And some of the students in Lester's class, some of his classmates, it's called triggers, right?
A boy named Lester.
Boy named Lester, and they look at ways to get him into trouble, right? And so he finds ways, he talks to a trusted adult like his father.
Like, because kids don't know better.
Right. And he talks
But
to
adults know better.
right. So he talks to his father,
Yeah.
and he gets some advice. So I'm going to share some of the advice that Lester does. And actually, some of the of his classmates, they even have a song to get him really upset. Would you like to hear the song, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's called the Soda Pop song. Soda Pop Head. There goes Lester. Watch him fester. His ears start to fizz. He gets mad as a grizz. His face turns red. He's a soda pop head. You just never know when Lester will blow. His cap will go a-flying. If it hits you, you'll be a-crying. So you'd better stay away from Lester today. So can you imagine he hears this song at his school and he's ready to blow his cap off, right?
Yeah.
And I bet you he feels all of the emotions that we've talked about. Regret, he feels shame. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And we're going to look at one of the strategies that his father, because he goes home and he talks to his father. All right. It's entitled Soda Pop Head. And Lester, he gets so upset that it's almost like bubbles. So one of the strategies he has is listening to music, right? So as Tajan and Stevie were talking about, you see the musical notes there,
Yeah.
right? But one of the strategies he has is entitled the push, pull, dangle. So can I have everyone get comfortable at their seat, sit up, right? And the first is you're going to push down hard on the seat of your chair while you count to 10. Okay, so is everyone pushing down hard on your chair?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Stevie, can you lead us in a count to 10, right? Slowly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So that's the push part of it. Now, what about the pull? So you're still holding on to your chair, but you're going to pull up on the seat of your chair while you count to 10. So Tejan, can you count to 10 while we pull up our chair? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. Well, thank you, Stevie, and thank you, Tejan. All right. And then the last part, what's the last part? There's push, pull, and
then dangle your arms.
that's right. And then you dangle your arms and you can see that the person now, so if you give yourself a little space, you take your hands away from your seat and just let them fall down just on the side, right? And feel, as it says here, feel all the stress leave your body, right?
Yeah.
So that's called the push, pull, dangle. And it works for me. And I know, Stevie, you've tried it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you could do it at a chair anywhere, even outside on a lawn chair. You don't want to push too hard to break your chair, but that's called the push, pull, dangle. Right. All right. So does anyone else have any other strategies that they use?
I
I
take
would say
deep breath.
like, oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go, Nyla, and then Tejan.
I take deep breath.
Right. You take deep breaths. And do you close your eyes, Nyla, or do you keep your eyes open?
Keep my eyes open.
Right. Yeah, maybe it depends on where you are. Like if you're in your room or your house, you feel safer there, so you'd close your eyes, but maybe you want to keep your eyes open in another location as long as it works. Thank you, Nyla. Okay, Tejan, what about you?
That's a great one. I was gonna say the exact same thing actually. For me though, I breathe in and breathe out, but I like to close my eyes when I'm in a quiet space, like in my home, alone. But when it's in a public area, like a college, a mall, or whatever, I can't keep my eyes closed. But I personally find it better to, breathe in and breathe out when I'm in a quiet space.
Yeah.
So,
That's right. And then there's something, thank you, Tejan. Thank you, Nyla. There's something called self-talk as well, where you're talking, but it's inside your brain and you're like calming down. There's even a Taylor Swift song. What's the name of that song,
You
Stevie?
need to calm down.
You need to calm down. Right? She actually has a song entitled You Need to Calm Down.
Yeah.
So there are different strategies, and some work for some people and some don't work for others. It's finding the strategy that works best for you. Now, there is one other strategy that Lester's dad also, right? He's a bit of a soda pop head as well, right? Yeah.
Dad wears glasses.
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
Dad wears what?
He wears glasses. So what the strategy is going into his room and punching a pillow, right? And really, you're hurting the pillow, but it's better than that than hurting an object where you would injure your hand.
And also a light
or a
bulb.
human being, right?
Or a light bulb.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to punch a light bulb. So that's one of the strategies in Soda Pop Head that Lester's father suggests. Push, pull, dangle, listening to music, and also hitting a soft object, one where you won't hurt your hands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen this before.
Oh, you have, Julian?
Well, I've seen stress relief like that as well.
That's right. Yeah. And some people, they have squishy balls, right? Has anyone ever used a squishy ball?
Like that.
I like this. Yeah, I use this a lot.
You,
Well,
you have it right here with you. All right.
something
That's-
else I learned
Yeah.
is don't destroy anything if you're upset.
That's right. That's
Well,
right.
unless you're the demolition crew, then that's fine.
Right. Well, if you have an object, all I can say is that as long as it doesn't distract you, right? Like if you need it to calm down before, at any time in that, as long as you're still able to focus on and be safe, right?
Yeah.
Right. So strongly recommend Soda Pop Head by Julia Cook. And you'll see that I am a lover of books. And
And we're all adults here, not kids.
no, and kids read, adults read, and we are all learning how to control our anger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Patricia, what about you? What did you? Oh yeah, so you did talk about how you control your anger and how you deal with it.
Well, usually that crying is kind of the way that I manifest my anger when I am frustrated. But one of the things that I do to control my anger is I try and think of something productive that I can do that will occupy my thoughts and my body. So maybe it's cleaning if I'm around the house. I may like go down to our exercise bike and just jump on the bike and do like a 30-minute spin class or something like that and just put a show on. If I can, like I just joined a gym, so I've been trying to go to a gym and just kind of like change my environment a little bit that way. But Sierra, what did you say? I didn't hear what you if you had any ideas for helping control your anger. What do you do?
Sometimes I do like a yoga class sometimes, and it helps too. Or before bed, I do meditation too, like put like a meditation on my phone to calm myself down.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect. And Julian, what about you?
Well, I was a bit stressed trying to get in and I couldn't do it. Now I finally did.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel?
Fine. Hopefully tomorrow this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, we'll hop on a bit early and see if we can sort of iron out some of the tricky parts. Okay?
How do we do that, I wonder?
You know what? Because you came a little bit late, you didn't see how long we spent probably the first 30 minutes we spent problem solving, trying to figure out how to get everybody on the screen and how to get the right backgrounds and the lighting and all that stuff. Even though we practiced yesterday, right? We practiced last week. So I think that's one of the biggest things as we wrap up about anger is that, you know what? The littlest things sometimes frustrate us the most. And it's just part of life. Part of life is handling the different feelings that we have and trying to figure out a productive way to channel those feelings because they're really intense and that's really powerful, but try and channel them into a productive way and a way that's also respectful towards other people. You know, because it's okay to agree to disagree. That's one of the biggest things that I kind of try and think about. But at the same time, it's also important for us to understand our bodies and how our bodies handle stress, anger, and feelings so that we can learn as we continue to grow and mature and to live our lives. Just a productive and a respectful life, giving back to our community and giving back to our families and each other and ourselves.
Yeah, and I like what you said, Patricia, like giving back, because it's almost like, when you stick your finger in water, there's that wave, right? And so, if we don't think before we act in a responsible and safe way, then our anger would almost like a wave reverberate, would be transferred and go out and could really harm others in situations, right?
Mm-hmm. And the same
Even
goes for
ourselves as
smile.
well.
Pardon?
And even ourselves, I mean.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody have a last thought for us?
Jaden, how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah, how did you find your first workshop, Jaden?
Fun.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us. It has been our first workshop, so please thank you for being understanding as we worked out some of the kinks. We're going to end off and we're going to have all of our co-hosts, all of our volunteers, all of our facilitators to wave and say bye to you guys, and we'll see you at the next workshop. All right? Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you guys tomorrow. Take care.
I hope we
Have a
can
good night,
find
guys.
Bye.